long afternoon, and we felt that, you know, we had to have a great game, and we had a good game on one side of the ball and a great game on the other side of the ball. That's why we won.
Okay. Joe Charlemagne, who was the coach's is left, was the hero of this game, and he played that game. Mr. Charlemagne had been sick for a couple of years, so Joe, can you tell us the last time you actually got to talk to your dad about football and the season and what was going on before the game?
The last time?
Yeah, the last time you saw your dad.
Well, it was a couple of days before, you know, he passed away. He couldn't really, you know, talk about it, you know. Well, a couple of weeks before that, you know, we were talking, you know, he always loved to watch me play. But he never got the chance.
Right.
So I guess when he was up, you know, up there.
Looking over you.
Looking over me, he was watching me.
Okay. Was the decision a tough one for you and your family? I know Coach Paterzo told you whatever you want to do, Joe, the whole team is with you and behind you. Was it a difficult decision, and was it difficult for you to put your pads on that morning and actually concentrate on your task at hand?
No, I don't think it was difficult. The night before, whoever was in my room? Were you in my room?
No.
No. Well, whoever was in my room,
somebody from your team, one of your teammates.
Yeah, Jermaine, everybody, you know, we were all talking. They kind of like kept me away from the issue, you know, and I just kept focused, you know.
Okay, you certainly kept your focus and ended up a hero. Robert, you're down and you're driving, and you had a couple of plays on that last drive that you don't execute your dream, your championship, and everything that your coaches and your teammates strive for would have been over. At any time during that drive that won the game, did you think, wow, we're in trouble now, this is going to be tough? I know you had one 4th and 11 play. Tell us about that play.
Well, it was a 4th and 11, and we needed this play to, you know, keep the drive going. And Coach Paterzo wanted us to punt and see if we get the ball back, and we knew we couldn't do that because they would drive right down and score on us.
Right.
So we elected to go for it, and we completed that. And there was another 4th and 1, and we gave it to Malik, and those were two critical plays.
Well, giving it to Malik on 4th and 1 was sort of kind of like money in the bank all season. He won the awards for the best football player on Staten Island. But the 4th and 11, Robert, you have to have an awful lot of confidence in the guy you're throwing to on 4th and 11, because that's a big-time play and that's a big-time throw. So tell the audience who you threw the ball to, and was he wide open or was it a tough throw?
Well, it was Steve Coppola who I threw to, and he was basically wide open. DB was playing off him, and he made a lot of key receptions over the season. So we knew, you know, anybody to go to, we should go to him.
Okay, Coach, we got to go back, because when you folks are watching this game tonight, especially if they're watching it for the first time, you were caught on the air saying punt, 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 and your assistant coaches say, oh, no, Coach, we can't give it up. When you see yourself saying that and the decision being reversed, who do you give the most credit to for changing your mind?
Well, combination of the upstairs man, Coach Guerreri, and the downstairs Coach Montefiletto. And they felt very strongly that they could succeed in the quarterback on the team we had pulled over, because we had called a timeout. It was a critical stage of the game. And my instincts was to punt the ball, hold them, and get the ball back. And they felt very strongly that we couldn't get the ball back. And
yeah, your defense had a little bit of a tough time all day long.
All long. We did play better in the second half. We shut them down a couple of times. But it really felt very strongly, and they were very confident in what they had to do. And no use having assistant coaches and kids if you know, Coach Paterzo is going to be the almighty end-all, which I'm not. It's a, you know, it's a group effort. And I really felt that if they had that much, you know, faith in themselves, and we could do it. And not that I had shortchanged the defense, but I felt it was a wise thing to do. And whether we made it or not, we would have held them, and they would have went for a field goal. We would have blocked it. We would have picked it up and ran into the end zone.
Okay, you had this all scripted in your mind.
Didn't matter.
Joe, when the coach finally decided to let you keep the ball and you did score, it's now 31-30, and Robert calls the 2-point conversion play in the huddle. You've already been successful 3 times with Malik running it in twice and Robert keeping himself once. When you heard the play called, I guess it wasn't a surprise to you. It's the same play, right? But you hadn't touched it. And just what did you think when you broke the huddle? Did you think this was going to be the time that you were going to get the pitch?
I was hoping.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Because all three times, he either took it or Malik. So I didn't expect it, but I was hoping.
Okay. When you saw the pitch coming to you, and you turned the corner and you made it into the end zone, your very first thought as you were laying in the end zone, knowing that your team had just won a city championship and you proved that you were the best team in this area, what was the first thing you thought of?
I did it.
Okay. Robert, that play, Malik first, 2 times, you keep it a 3rd time. I guess the toughest execution of that play is the 3rd option that Joe did on that winning play, but you had confidence in it, and I guess it's a play that's worked for you before?
Yeah, the previous 2 times, as I was walking back to the huddle, the line of scrimmage, I thought about the previous 2, where I gave it to Malik, and I figured they're all going to go shoot for Malik once they see him at that hole. So I kind of thought of pulling it even before I made the read.
Did somebody had you? Did somebody have you pretty good before you pitched to Joe?
Defensive end was on me, so
Okay.
I just pitched it away. And,
all right. Well, again, Robert, you're back for a senior year next year, and everybody on Staten Island Cable and on Staten Island look forward to seeing you. Joe, good luck. I hope you get to play some college football. And, Coach, 5, and this was the greatest one of all. It was the greatest game. 6, Coach. Sorry, Coach. 6 PSAL championships, not 5. He wins so many, I've lost count. But this was the greatest one of all. So everybody on Staten Island, all you sports fans that have not seen the PSAL championship between Susan Wagner and John F. Kennedy, sit back and relax. You're about to see 2 hours of high school football that will match any excitement you'll see all winter long. Thanks, Robert.
The Public Schools Athletic League. A New York City tradition of excellence. A tradition of glory. A tradition of greatness. A tradition continued by Kennedy High School. The Bronx-based Knights have won 23 consecutive games, including last year's PSAL championship when they beat the Canarsie Chiefs. Head coach Jerry Horowitz seeks his 4th city championship as he leads his young team with just 7 seniors on the roster into the final. Today, Kennedy plays Wagner High School of Staten Island. In 1994, the Falcons tasted bitter defeat in the city semifinals. But from that disappointment rose an undefeated season in 1995 and a chance at a 6th title in 10 years. It's undefeated Kennedy versus undefeated Wagner for the city championship. It's a beautiful morning for high school football. You're looking at the Henry Hudson Bridge. It spans the Spuyten Duyvil, where the Harlem River flows into the Hudson River. We're at Lawrence Wien Stadium at Baker Field in the borough of Manhattan. It's the home of the Columbia University Lions, but today it's the site of the 1995 PSAL football championship game between the Kennedy Knights and the Wagner Falcons. Hello again, everyone. I'm Matt Lachlan. Along with me, Aubrey Lewis, Carl Reuter, also on hand today. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the 1995 championship game. Aubrey, in the middle of this season, folks in the city were talking about the fact that these 2 teams were the best in the city. It would be only fitting that they would meet in the final. Well, today we'll find out who indeed is the best in the city.
And the reason for that, great coaching. Al Perturzo, outstanding, makes his players do what they have to do. And Jerry Horowitz, none any better. You're going to see line play unlike any high school around these parts.
All right, Jerry Horowitz, the head coach of the Kennedy Knights, Al Paterzo, the man in charge of the Wagner Falcons, who come in as the top-seeded team in this playoff, 11-0 on the season, and at the running back spot, they've got a junior who, in Paterzo's estimation, is the best in the city, Malika Lukta.
Malika Lukta, fast, good lateral movement, sees the holes well, watches his blockers well, has 21 touchdowns and over 1,300 yards.
Also a standout defensively where he roams from the linebacker spot. Now this offense for Wagner, it's high-powered, puts a lot of points on the board. That's because they like to run the run-and-shoot. They do it very well, but it puts an awful lot of pressure on the decision-maker, the quarterback, Rob Hoke. He's responded.
Rob Hoke, as Al Paterzo said, is a general on the field. He sees the defenses well, he reads them well, he throws well, he makes good decisions.
Has thrown for 13 touchdowns in pacing Wagner to this undefeated season. All right, the Kennedy Knights, the defending PSAL championships, also come in undefeated at 11-0. Not a lot of seniors, but the 7 who are great leaders. We're going to talk about one of them right now, Christopher Kinlock.
Christopher Kinlock, big, what? 6'2", 285. And that's going to be the difference, folks, today. The size of the line, the power. As the coach said, we're going to go right at him, and that Kinlock is going to be the one who will be leading the charge.
A 2-year starter offensively and defensively. He played for that championship team last year, as did another one of the captains, Terrence Willis. He's a linebacker. He also starts at the fullback spot, and he's the leading tackler on the team.
He's tough. As you see it, he will be sticking his nose in there all the time. This man has made more pure tackles this year than anyone in the history of that school. He knows how to do it. He gets his body well. He's got great speed and good feel for the game.
A couple of guys to keep an eye on for the Kennedy Knights. As I mentioned, Carl Reuter, also part of our broadcast crew. He's down along the field, and he brings this report. Carl, welcome.
All right, Matt, thanks very much. You know, the focal point of the football teams are the quarterbacks, all right? Now, earlier today, I spoke to Chris Lambert of Kennedy about having to step up, especially the upperclassmen.
We're only led by a few seniors, so it means we have to step up on today.
Can you step up?
Of course.
Well, I think it's going to be a great game. You know, Kennedy's a great team. You know, we're both undefeated coming in here. I think it's going to be a great game, you know. I'm just real pumped up.
What about the fact that they are the defending champs?
Well, you know, in a way, that's good, you know. They're a great football team. That proves it, you know. They make it once, they come back, make it again. It's still going to be a great game, though, you know.
It should be an outstanding game, a battle of undefeated. We're back at Ween Stadium at Baker Field right after this timeout. Stay with us.
Once again, experts are predicting an easy winner.
For Jeep Cherokee's Ford owners anyway, its 190 horsepower engine, 4-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes turn even the harshest conditions into a day at the beach. And now get no charge air and a lease rate of just $289 a month with no money down. Jeep Cherokee Sport, the perfect way to turn a wild winter into a mild winter.
Now lease a Jeep Cherokee Sport for just $289 a month with 0 down.
It's their turf. It's their world. It's their game. And when we don't play by their rules, the results can be deadly. From the creator of the award-winning television series Wild America comes a home video unlike anything you've ever seen. These are nature's dangerous encounters, captured in one of the most astonishing wildlife films ever made, and available now for the first time as a special 1-hour home video. Call this toll-free number now to get Dangerous Encounters for just $19.95. It is not available in stores. Order now, and you'll also receive Watching Wildlife absolutely free. That's right. Both of these extraordinary programs are yours for just $19.95. Call now.
For rush delivery, get your credit card ready and call 1-800-990-1717. That's 1-800-990-1717. Or send your check or money order to the address on your screen. Call now.
No one else covers the fluctuating world of investments with the timely insight, sheer depth, and plain ease of use of Barron's. Subscribe today and you'll also receive this Barron's investment guide free. It tells all you need to know to turn money into wealth. Get 13 weeks of Barron's and the investment guide, all for only $37.
Call 800-242-6400. That's 800-242-6400.
The sights, the sounds, the drama, the excitement. It can only mean one thing. The premiere of Big East basketball on Sports Channel. Sports Channel brings home an all-new action-packed schedule with over 25 thrilling games of NCAA basketball, Big East style. Don't miss college basketball's best.
Rutgers tips off with the Georgetown Hoyas tomorrow on Sports Channel.
Wayne Stadium at Baker Field, the site of this morning's game between Kennedy and Wagner for the PSAL championship. 38 degrees, humidity just a little over 50%. Slight breeze blowing from the northeast. The forecast for the rest of the morning, partly sunny skies. A picture-perfect day for the New York City PSAL championship. Let's go down to our colleague, Carl Reuter.
All right, Matt, you know, I was talking with both coaches before the game. You know, I had Jerry Horowitz, the Kennedy coach, and, of course, you know, Al Paterzo from Wagner. And in talking to Jerry Horowitz, I said, are you nervous? He said, kids are always nervous. I'm also nervous. He's got some butterflies in there. I said, hey, look, this is a guy that likes to play the game of golf. He said, I'm as nervous now as if I had to drop a 5-foot putt as well. Back upstairs to Matt.
All right, Carl, well, it's interesting. No matter how many times you've been here, and Jerry Horowitz is seeking his 4th PSAL championship, the butterflies are always there.
They're always there. He's talking about a 5-foot putt. I understand he's an outstanding golfer, plays it almost every day, but I'll tell you one thing, he has these people ready.
Wagner will kick off. Jared Gianfortune does the kicking, and it's a short kick handled by one of the Kennedy upmen at the 30-yard line. That's Terrence Willis, and he brings it up near the 34, which is where Kennedy will put things into offense on the first series of the afternoon. Kennedy in the white jerseys with the red helmets and red numerals, red trim. Wagner in the blue with the white trim. There's the offensive backs and receivers for the Knights. Christopher Lambert, the senior quarterback, a 2-year starter. Willis, Valenzuela, Allen, Rashawn Smith, and Jose Checo. The offensive line, and it's a big one, anchored on the tackles by Christopher Kinlock and James White. Omar Briscoe, the center. Rashawn Fox, Victor Marte are the guards. Lambert, the 2-year starter at quarterback, 5'8", 160-pound senior, has thrown for 8 touchdowns. They don't throw the ball all that often. This is a classic Delaware wing tee offense. And on the handoff, that's Willis. Willis picking up a couple balls. Seemed to pop loose, but no. Ball just coming free after Willis marked down. After no gain on the play, the defense fired up for Wagner. Tackle made by John Narvez, a 5'8", 258-pound senior.
And John Narvez had an awful lot of help that time. That was a good read on Wagner's part.
There's the defensive line, Mitra Ransom, Armal Laborde. We talked about Narvez and Hernandez. The defensive backs in secondary, and they'll be tested by this power running game of Kennedy. On 2nd down and 10, Willis gets the call again. This time he gets up to the 35-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and long, and a passing situation. And again, Kennedy not known as a passing team.
And it looked like number 63 was the first in on that one.
Mitra Ramson, the junior defensive end. Mike Madigan, senior linebacker, also in on the stop as Willis comes out. They'll interchange their running backs. As we take a look at Christopher Lambert's rushing stats, he is a dual threat. Ruben Vargas has come in to replace Willis on 3rd down. On the counter, short gain on the play by Dwayne Allen as he gets up to the 39-yard line, but it'll be 4th down and about 4 in a punting situation. Jose Hernandez making the stop for Wagner, and the defense has come up big for the Falcons.
Coming up big, that was an inside trap play on the part of the guard from the left side coming over to the right, but good defensive play on the part of Jose Hernandez.
Dropping back deep, Ferris Reed and Joe Charlemagne to receive the punt for Wagner. Vitaly Pazetsky is the punter, a great kicker, probably the best in the city of New York, a highly recruited kicker. We'll talk a little bit about him as the day progresses. High snap, he handles it. Rush on, almost getting it was Gianfortune. High sailing punt. Ferris Reed picks it up at the 15-yard line, dances up to the 20. And just across to the 21, and that's where Wagner will take over on their first offensive possession. A 46-yard punt, a 6-yard return for Ferris Reed as we look at the Falcons sideline. The starters for the 11-0 Falcons. Backs and receivers, Rob Hope, the star running back, Malika Lukta. And in the run and shoot, 4 receivers, Ferris Reed, Joe Charlemagne, Bly Qualls, and Stephen Coppola. There's the offensive line. Not big, but very effective. Great technique.
Outstanding technique.
3 receivers go to the right side. Just underway, 9:06 to go in the opening quarter. Hope handles it to Lukta, and he is stopped in the center of the line. Victor Marte, the 6'2", 240-pound senior tri-captain, in on the stop as Lukta, the junior, stop on the first play.
And of course, that was number 20, Willis, in there also.
Here's the Kennedy defensive line and linebackers. Big, fast, mobile. The secondary, led by Rashawn Smith, leads the city in interceptions with 12. Hope, his first pass of the afternoon, has Ferris Reed across midfield, and it's a race. Ferris Reed will go in for the touchdown, an 80-yard touchdown pass, and the Wagner run and shoot has gotten on the board with 8:20 to go in the first quarter.
And that's exactly what Al Paterza said he was going to do. Sit there, look at him, give him a little touch of the run, and then hit him long, and that was an outstanding pass down the left side, in the hands, 80 yards.
Reed, his 8th touchdown reception of the season. We'll look at it once again. We talked about the secondary. Very good for Kennedy, but this is the best passing attack they faced all year.
And he's gone. Look at him. Good speed. No way you're going to catch him in this situation. Now, folks, they don't go. Look at him all the way in. 80 yards.
Come on, big
Wagner goes for 2 all the time. They haven't kicked an extra point yet.
Here's Hoke, and Hoke is in on the 2-point conversion. So with 8:20 to play in the first quarter, Wagner has jumped out to an 8-0 lead on Hoke's pass to that man, Ferris Reed, the 5'8", 165-pound senior, the speedster, getting behind the Kennedy secondary, and Wagner has jumped out to a lead. Getting back, Aubrey, to the fact that Wagner does not kick extra points. Al Paterzo feels that he can utilize the practice time doing other things. He also says that it puts some pressure on the opposing team. In this instance, now with 8-0 game, it might take the opposition out of their normal game plan, which is to kick an extra point.
Okay. Let's talk about that right after this touchdown. I think we're going to show it again right now. Good pass. Hit him right on about the 49-yard line, and then that is nothing but good speed that takes him on. That's called a touchdown called Desire. Good run.
So your thoughts on the fact that they don't kick extra points, they go for 2?
You know, he said he just doesn't want to spend the time. He doesn't want to spend the time teaching the kick. He doesn't have the kicker, the kind that he would like to have in the system, so they go for the 2. And what it does is push the pressure on Jerry Horowitz now from Kennedy. He's got to think about what is he going to do once he scores. Should he go for the 2 with the greatest kicker in the whole city?
Rashawn Smith, Dwayne Allen, Rudy Valenzuela settling back at about the 15-yard line to receive Gian Fortune's kick, his 2nd of the game. It's another short one. Willis has a little trouble with it, now picks it up. Terrence Willis dancing through the 30. He's got some room. Terrence Willis brought down by the kicker as he gets up near midfield.
I think they're...
Well, we talked a moment ago about the fact that Wagner goes for 2. We'll look at the conversion. Hope taking it in.
That was an option. He could have pitched it wide. He read his defense very well, went in for the 2 points. Now, here they're getting ready for this play, and we'll talk about that kickoff just in a minute.
Great kickoff return by Willis. Great field position. Ball at the 48-yard line. 2nd offensive possession of the day for Kennedy. And it's Dwayne Allen dancing into the secondary, close to a first down as he gets down to the 42-yard line. Mitra Ransom making the tackle. We'll go back to the kickoff return by Willis. Had a little trouble early on handling it.
Now look, he looks like he's deliberately trying to kick it shorter, so that they can have good coverage. Now, just this move right to the inside almost took them all the way. And were it not for a good tackle by the kicker, Katie barred the door.
It is a first down, 1st and 10. Lambert bringing the team to the line. 7:29 to go. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Falcons. And it's Allen again. Bouncing to the outside. Now dancing inside and brought down inside the 35-yard line down to the 33. Close to another first down as that big offensive line starting to open up some holes for the Kennedy rushing.
And that's what they're here to do. And that was, of course, Ferris Reed making the tackle. Anytime you make that tackle from that deep spot, you're in trouble a little bit as it relates to running the ball. Kennedy is starting to move right now. Watch their guards.
That's the Wagner scoring drive that has given them an 8-0 lead. 2 plays, 80 yards. It's 2nd down and 1 from the 33-yard line. And this is Valenzuela, has the first down to the 23-yard line. Rudy Valenzuela, a 5'10", 165-pound senior, has rushed for 8 touchdowns this year. Looks fragile, says Jerry Horowitz, but is not. Tackle on the play made by Joe Charlemagne.
Extremely strong, and that time the guard pulled off to the left, hole opened up, good blocking, followed well by the runner.
Another first down for the Knights. 1st and 10 from the 22. Early moments of the first quarter.
Good pursuit.
Allen brought down inside the 20, down to the 19. Pickup of 4 on the play. Mitra Ramson again in on the tackle, and we've mentioned his name quite a bit. Ramson, a junior, 6 foot, 190-pounder.
And also in on that tackle was Alukta, 43. He came over real strong also. That was a good team effort tackle, and that's what they have to do to this very powerful lined, fast back team.
Willis now coming into the game, replacing Ruben Vargas. Play taking a long time to come to fruition. They go on the handoff to Valenzuela once again, stacked up as he gets now near the 15-yard line, then sent back by the defense. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Malik Golukta, 3-year starter at linebacker.
Look at Malik back there. Watch his move. Hitting off, coming through. Didn't really make that tackle. It was number 81 who made that tackle.
It was Jared G. Fortune, but Alukta coming back after the play had gotten past him.
Knocked him off balance.
3rd down and 2. And again, it's Valenzuela. Tries the left side, but brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Mike Madigan.
Mike Madigan came up strong. He saw the opening. He came in, made a good hit. Good job, Mike.
Madigan, a senior, one of the tri-captains for the team.
He saw it now.
Madigan, a bit of a legacy. His older brother, John, was a linebacker and guard for the Falcons.
I'll tell you one thing, there's a big...
On 4th down, Vitaly Pisetsky on for the field goal try. It'll be placed down at the 25. Pisetsky with the good leg sends it booming through and good. So Vitaly Pisetsky, the best field goal kicker in the city, Division I recruit, nails the 35-yard field goal, and Wagner has taken, or has had its lead cut into. 8-3 our score, 4:12 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with more of the PSAL championship right after this.
Discover the amazing training secrets of America's finest baseball school with Dynamic Practice Organization, a revolutionary new instructional videotape. Dynamic Practice Organization features professional scout and instructor Tommy Mansky with his famous building block approach to athletic training. This exciting instructional videotape features the same drills, techniques, and methods that have produced baseball world's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams. Dynamic Practice Organization makes any coach look like a genius and organizes offensive and defensive practices that players of all ages and ability levels can't wait to attend. And immensely improves team communication skills and even conditioning. This is the instructional video that's a winner. To order your copy for only $29.95, have your credit card ready and call toll-free, 1-800-942-1400.
The dynamic practice organization teaching video makes a great gift, too. Call now, 1-800-942-1400.
Vitaly Pisetsky's 35-yard field goal has put Kennedy on the scoreboard. They trail by a score of 8-3. And let's look at the senior's reaction, Aubrey, as he nails the field goal.
He knew it right away. Look at him picking up the tee, holding the hand up for number one. That young man came with those kinds of skills. I think he's out of Moscow, Russia.
Indeed he is, as we take a look at Wagner coach Al Paterzo. Came here just a few years ago when he was 15 years old, did Pisetsky. Was a soccer star in Russia, played for the national age group team, but when he came to America decided that he wanted to play the big sport in America. He said in Russia it was soccer, here it was football. So here he is on the verge of going to a Division I school on scholarship. All the big ones want him. Tennessee, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, all after Vitaly Pisetsky.
I can't talk to him right now because it would be against the NCAA rules, but we'll have him in Notre Dame.
Short kick. Pisetsky known to do that, and it's handled by Farris Reed, who brings it across the 35-yard line. For those who are not familiar with Aubrey Lewis's background, at Montclair High School in New Jersey, was a great player, and then went on to an All-American career at that small Catholic school in the Midwest.
And what a great school it is.
8-3 our score, 4:08 to go in the first quarter. Kennedy, 6-play, 27-yard drive, capped off by the 35-yard field goal by Pisetsky, set up by the good kickoff return by Terrence Willis. All right, second offensive set for Wagner. Took them just 2 plays to go 80 yards. And here's Hoke on the keeper as he fakes the handoff to Alupta. And Hoke gets it across the 40-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Terrence Willis in on the stop.
And Terrence is coming up real strong again. There again, he's the kind of athlete who once he sees the opening, he hits it. He's going to be a big influence all day. Terrence Willis, watch him, number 20.
5'11", 200-pound senior. Leads the team in tackles coming into the game with 54, 2-year starter. On 2nd down and 5, the pitch to Alupta. Play strung out well, and Alupta driven out of bounds. A loss on the play. He sent into the Kennedy team on the far sideline. And he decked in their white jerseys with the red trim.
And that was Ruben Vargas who made that tackle, just pumped them out of bounds. That was a good play. Move to the outside. Now it is 3rd down and 6 to go. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in this quarter.
Ball at the 40-yard line as we take a look at Vargas. According to Jerry Horowitz, he and Willis form the best linebacking duo in the city. Oak will throw. Has a man picked off the fingertips, and it's intercepted. Now the ball comes loose again, and I think this is going to be Wagner ball. And it is. So Wagner gets the huge break as off the interception. The ball is fumbled away, and the Falcons will have it in Kennedy territory. We'll take a look at it from start to finish.
Let's watch this, folks. You won't believe it. Pass, hits his fingertips. Good interception. Now watch, are his knees down? No, that ball was coming out right away. Good call on the part of those great refs.
So Rashawn Smith has his 13th interception, but then turns it over as the ball comes loose. So the ball just now marked at midfield. So ball at the 50, 1st and 10 for Wagner. Flag thrown as Farris Reed takes the pass in the flat and is driven out of bounds down around the 42-yard line by Vinny Patino.
Well, let's see what it is they're calling.
Dick Stanley, the referee, talking things over with the Kennedy captains.
Illegal motion, offense, 5 yards, replay 1st down, 1st and 15.
So the ball will be marked back to the 45-yard line. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Wagner leading Kennedy by a score of 8-3. Matt Laughlin, Aubrey Lewis, and Carl Reuter. Happy that you could join us this Sunday morning for the 1995 PSAL championship between Wagner and Kennedy. Alupta tries to get outside, run out of bounds as he gets to the 46-yard line. Vargas there to run him out of bounds.
And Anthony James led the charge. He actually pulled from his tackle position to lead the charge. Let's watch this one. Number 73 going out there looking for someone, cuts back in, went to the outside a little bit, and number 6 came over and made the big hit, and that number 6, of course, is Reuben Vargas.
Anthony James, the right tackle, 6 foot, 185-pound junior, started last year as a sophomore. Did not play in the semifinals because of a hurt back, but back in the starting lineup for today's championship. His hope goes nowhere. Vinny Patino making the stop, combining with Terrence Willis.
That was the old kind of veer play. He pulled it into the body of the running back and then pulled it out, but good defensive play on the part of the linebackers from Kennedy Knights.
So ball at the 46-yard line, 3rd down and 6. Hope looking to throw. Has Charlemagne open, but overthrows Joe Charlemagne down around the 10-yard line. Patino on the coverage. And it'll be 4th down and 6 as the clock stops with 2:01 to play in the first quarter.
Well, we know he has a strong arm, and that ball actually sailed down the field about 40 yards in good play, but Charlemagne had no chance for it. You need to be a little faster to go get that ball. Almost, but not quite.
On 4th down, Hoke will drop back to punt. Back to his 39-yard line. Rashawn Smith dropping back along with Eric Neas. Neas handles it at about the 17-yard line. Eric Neas has some room along the far side. And another good return off of special teams, giving Kennedy good field position.
Kennedy has gone. You have to give them credit for their special teams. They've done an outstanding job so far. They always get that offensive team in position to do something.
All right, let's go down to Carl Reuter on the sidelines.
All right, Matt, thanks very much. You know, last year, this championship game, this field was grass. This year, they've got brand new AstroTurf in here, and this is soft. I mean, you guys can really feel how soft. It's rubbery in here. When the guys go down and they take a hit, they're not going to bounce up and feel it like they did, you know, at these schoolyards that they've been playing. In fact, this is so soft, Giant Stadium might want to opt for this surface. Back upstairs.
All right, Carl, on 1st and 10 from the 40. Flags thrown as Wayne Allen brought down. We'll check out what the call is.
It's going to be a face mask. Number 76, Naughty Naughty. Pasquale. He didn't mean it. He just put his hand out there, and sometimes it gets stuck there. You know, Matt, this is it's over 25 years I have not missed the championship game.
Dick Stanley making the call of the face mask. 1st down for Kennedy. Well, the PSAL has provided so many memories and so much tradition and glory.
Face mask coming up.
Yeah, Gianfortune, actually. Jared Gianfortune looked like the man who...
Yes. I take that back, Pasquale. That was not you.
1st and 10 from just inside the 45 of Wagner. As
good block, and he's gone.
To Reuben Vargas, cutting back against the grain. Vargas with some room, stays on his feet and goes in. Reuben Vargas going north and south with a little east and west thrown in. A 45-yard touchdown run, and Kennedy has jumped out to the lead.
Well, I'll tell you, being an old halfback, you look at those things and you can see it from up here. Man, it's much better than seeing it down there. But he followed that blocking to the letter. Moving to the outside, we're going to see it now. Watch Vargas. He's pointing out, wanting the man to block, coming over, moving back, making another cut, and then, good play. Almost what we might call a shoestring tackle that didn't get him down into the end zone.
Kozetsky on to the extra point. Junior Ortega to hold. A flag thrown following the extra point, which is good. Kozetsky was drilled. And I believe we're going to have a personal foul on Wagner, yes, for roughing the kicker. So that'll be marked on the kickoff attempt. So with 1:14 to go in the opening quarter, Kennedy, which trailed 8-0, now has jumped out to a 10-8 lead as Al Paterzo looks on, has to be a little concerned with the ease with which Kennedy has been able to run the ball.
Let's see the end of that run once more, cameraman. How fast they are. Good move, good legs. Wow, athlete. Ruben Vargas. Good foot speed, they called him.
8th touchdown of the season for Vargas. Vargas and Willis share the fullback spot. Willis more of the typical fullback, whereas Vargas with the speed comes in and gives you a different dimension. 45 yards on the touchdown, acknowledging the Kennedy crowd on the far sideline. Kennedy doesn't have that far to go. You can see the school and their football field from here, just across the Harlem River. Wagner coming from Staten Island, a little bit farther of a trip, but not all that much.
Not all that much, folks. Both of these teams are 11-0, but look at Al Paterzo. Kennedy Field right over there. Not too far from their field is a balloon. I guess that's a tennis facility up there on the top of the hill. The little field is down there. It looks kind of green from here.
10-8 our score with 1:14 to play in the first quarter. Both touchdowns have been the culmination of 2-play drives. Of course, the hookup on the pass by Wagner, and then the run by Vargas, who's now they're marking off the penalty for roughing the kicker. Pizetsky will tee it up at the Wagner 45. It's kind of a chip shot for him. You saw it earlier on the first kickoff as you take a look at the scoring drive, 2 plays, 60 yards in just 36 seconds. Pizetsky does like to pop the kick up. It's a different version, if you will, of an onside kick. I mean, if you've seen it, you should be prepared for it, but the fact of the matter is it's a little different.
This is going to be interesting. Now, of course, he could drill it out of off the field and they'll get it on the 20, but let's see what he does this time. Does he have a kick that will stay in the field? And it's going to be, yes, he does.
And it goes into the end zone, and if you are a new viewer to high school sports, you are not permitted to run the ball out of the end zone. It's an automatic touchback in high school football. I never quite understood it. If you speak with officials, either at the federation level, which oversees high school athletics from a rules standpoint, or any of the local officials, they'll talk of the safety factor, and that's understandable. You're dealing with teenagers, but I'm still not so sure that in a physical sport, running a kick out of the end zone would add that much more to any kind of physical danger.
Matt, I'm not going to get into that because I would be going against those officials, because I think it's kind of a silly rule.
In the flat, Hope goes to Reed. He has a first down as he's driven out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Jimmy Ortega driving Reed out, but Reed has been the favorite receiver of Rob Hoke. 27 receptions coming into the game for Reed. He's got 2 today for 92 yards. You see his numbers coming into the championship game. Ferris Reed, the senior.
17.9 yards an average catch.
Steve Coppola, the man in motion for Wagner. Hope will take it, maintains his balance. Good job of picking up some extra yardage by maintaining his steps. And he gets across the 40-yard line, up close to a first down. He'll just be shy.
Watch number 60, Rashawn Fox. He almost had him back there for a loss. Look, but he didn't hold on, and that was good running on the part of that outstanding quarterback, Bob Hope.
So it's 2nd and 2, ball at the 41-yard line. 37 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Kennedy leading Wagner by a score of 10-8. Twin receivers to both sides as Hope steps back to throw. Has some time. Throwing it incomplete. Anthony Piero out there at around the 40-yard line for Kennedy. Ball thrown behind him just a bit. And on the incompletion, clock stops with 22 seconds to play in the opening quarter. 3rd down and 2.
Bob Hoke went over to his left and then threw back to his right. That was a tough one. That was actually we might call a post pattern, a shorter post pattern. It was there, the opening was there, but the ball was a little behind it.
Hope now signaling for a receiver to come to the opposite side as again they go with twin receivers on each side. The handoff to Malika Lupta. Lupta, I believe, has the first down up near the 44-yard line. He'll have it by about a yard. Victor Marte making the stop. Marte, one of the tri-captains, excuse me, Aubrey, 6'2", 240-pound senior.
Another big person. They have a lot of them on Kennedy. Big people, good feet, know how to get tough. But that was a great run.
We'll talk about the size difference in just a moment as the last few seconds of the first quarter winding down. One last play for Wagner, and Charlemagne is open, and he's hit and driven out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Joe Charlemagne, who last week returned an interception 82 yards for a score to spark Wagner to their semifinal win over Lincoln, comes up with a big catch and grab there, 24 yards on the reception on the final play of the first quarter. So an exciting first 12 minutes of action. As we go to a break, we'll take a look at the replay. Hope to Charlemagne. Kennedy leading by a score of 10-8.
Thumb to thumb. Good catch. Looked it all the way in.
Wagner on the drive, but down by 2 after 1 quarter of action.
I want to know about meeting that special someone.
Sorry, can't help you there.
I want to know more about a diet I can live with.
No way, not in this commercial.
I want to know more about Rogaine.
Rogaine with minoxidil?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, just call this number now for a free information kit on Rogaine topical solution. It could help answer your questions because it's filled with all kinds of facts about Rogaine. And because you need a prescription to get Rogaine, we'll send you a list of local doctors and special money-saving offers to help you decide if Rogaine is right for you.
But I want to know right now.
We'll mail it to you today. So what are you waiting for? Call now for your free information kit. Call 1-800-382-6565.
I pay the bills in this family. Phone, cable, electric, every month. It was a lot of checks. Hey, Nikki, okay, you guys stay together, okay? I'll run out of stamps or forget to mail them. So now, I simply don't write checks. Citibank does it for me for free. I just tell them which bills to pay and when, and that's it. And it all shows up on my statement. You know, life in New York can get pretty crazy, but this is simple.
The city never sleeps.
Hey, let your sister have a turn.
As we look at Al Paterzo talk to his defense earlier today, Carl Reuter spoke with Jerry Horowitz, the Kennedy coach, the defending champs. He asked him if he thought he'd be back here this year.
I never dreamt in a million years that we'd be here. I mean, after the first couple of games, I saw that we certainly had the potential to get here, but I didn't know that this team would have the same work ethic as the other team did, but these seniors made sure that they did.
What about you being undersized man-wise? How do you handle that, being the smaller group?
Well, we don't really worry about that. You know, like we said on numerous occasions, you know, high school football is the spot doesn't matter if you're undersized or not. So we play with intensity, and they'll play, you know, with intensity. So we throw that out the window at this stage of the game.
The size and weight difference may not mean much if you play with intensity, but it is pretty significant. The Kennedy defensive line, for instance, Aubrey, just a shade over 6'2", coming in at an average of 250 pounds, versus the Wagner offensive line, just a shade over 6 foot, and averaging 200 pounds. So a pretty big difference, but with intensity, it doesn't matter. It's a 10-8 game, and Wagner on the move as we begin the second quarter.
Who worries about 48 pounds or 49 pounds a man?
On 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Hoke on the keeper, gets inside the 25, close to a first down, just short, but Wagner continues to find some holes.
He found holes that time. He actually wanted to do something else, but made a good decision, as did Bob Hoke, and the tackle was made by number 65, Victor Marte.
4th carry for Hoke. He's picked up 21 yards. Terrence Willis also helping out Marte on the play. 2nd down and 2 from just inside the 25. Lupta gets the call, close to a first down, but driven back by Rashawn Fox, the junior nose guard.
And again, Rashawn Fox was right in there. He had his nose right in. He did exactly what a nose guard is supposed to do. Stuck his nose in there and made the tackle.
Jerry Horowitz says Rashawn Fox is as good as any nose guard in the city. Lupta marked just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about a yard. Ball at the 23-yard line.
Big play.
Olukta lined up behind Hope, twin receivers to both sides. Hope will take it on the keeper, and Hope finds himself in the secondary. When you go on the sneak, sometimes you get through the linebackers, and there's a lot of room. It's a first down for Wagner.
Everyone was. Now look, it's coming up, folks. Watch how he gets through there. Great move. Where is he? Up there.
And that's kind of what the defense for Kennedy said. Oops, where is he?
Good job. Good job.
Dimitri Bernard coming up to make the stop from his end spot. Bernard, a junior. His cousin Josiah, a member of the team. Josiah's brother played on last year's team as Hope goes to the air, looking for Coppola, overthrows him in the end zone. Jimmy Ortega on the coverage, so the clock stops. 10-11 to play in the first half. Kennedy leading by a score of 10-8.
And that was good coverage by Jimmy Ortega. He was there. The sun helped a little bit. The sun is shining from this point over to that point. So an incompleted pass. It is second down. They can make a first down and not make a touchdown. That's in good position.
Ball at the 13-yard line. Now no running backs behind Hope. 5 receivers. Lots of pressure now on the Kennedy secondary. Hope rolling out. Throwing, tipped and incomplete. Tipped by Willis. The intended receiver was Reed. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Willis was a little upset. He now thinks he could have intercepted that ball. Good job on the part of Willis to knock that ball down, Terrence Willis. And let's watch this look. Well, actually, number 18 was actually going after it. Willis hit it first.
Willis called the heart and soul of the team, setting the tone for the defense and offense, says Jerry Horowitz. On 3rd and 10, Charlemagne goes in motion. Here's a pitch to Olukta, and there's that man Willis dragging him down.
Face mask.
Flag on the play.
It's a face mask, I think. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It'll take it down, what, half the distance to the goal?
It'll be half the distance, but let's make sure that, in fact, it is against Kennedy. There's the call from Dick Stanley. It is face mask against Kennedy. So a good play by Willis initially, but gets his hands up a little too high, grabs the face mask, and that's going to be a first down for Wagner.
This is an automatic 15-yard. In some instances, it's a 5. I'm not sure what.
Face mask on the tackle. Half the distance from the end of the run brings it to the 8.5. We'll replay 3rd down. 3rd down.
In high school, it's always a 15-yard penalty. And some of the differences in the rules. But Jerry Horowitz more concerned now about what his team's going to do to try to protect this 2-point lead. 9:57 and counting to play in the first half. Hope steps back now under center, stepping back to throw, looking for Charlemagne. Nice. It's knocked away by Vargas.
Vargas did a good job, Ruben, that time. Good hands, moved up. Probably a good baseball player.
Play was broken up by Ruben Vargas.
Let's watch this one. We're actually behind it now. Oak moves back, throws the ball. It's a good throw. 36 is up. Charlemagne up, but Vargas is there. Good defense.
The face mask, since it was marked half the distance, did not give them a first down. So it is 4th down now with the ball at the 8-yard line. And here's where having no kicking game comes into play. As a timeout is called by Wagner, it'll give us a chance to talk about it. With no kicking game, they're forced to go for it.
Forced to go for it, and of course, if they had Pisetsky on their team, they'd be almost a short of 3, but that's what you reap what you sow.
Well, absolutely, and when you look at the points that they've put up, you can see where they're justified in thinking that they're not going to have a problem to score 30 points in last Saturday's semifinal win over Lincoln, 32 the week before in the quarterfinals. They scored as much as 44. That was against Bayside. They also had 42 against Port Richmond as we take a listen in to Al Paterzo.
Bunch it up. Anthony, you stay on the left, okay? You bunch it up, all right? Bunch it up. I want a good pick in here. We want to run the middle, okay? Robert, the guy is open, you got to put it in there. You can't fucking loft it up. Water. You can do it. You got it, Ferris. Punch it up. Hey, go. Get a little closer to it. Hey, hold on. We want you. Give me that bottle. Now, hold on.
0-1.
Al Paterzo deferring to his offensive coaches.
Absolutely, that time. Offensive coaches were the ones that actually were talking about. They used the word bunch it up. Now, that might mean tighten it up so that no one gets to the quarterback. Let's see if that bunch it up means what it says. Now, they have 3 flankers on the right side of the field.
On 4th and 5, Pope under some pressure, steps away from it. Now throws in the end zone, touchdown, Ferris Reed. Reed open in the back of the end zone, and with 9:30 to play in the first half, Wagner has recaptured the lead.
Now you know what he was talking about when he says he's a field general on the field. He actually made a move, improvised a bit, went to his left, and at the same time, the offensive receivers were moving to the holes. Let's watch it now. Watch him go this way, then the other way. Nice. Soft pass. Touchdown. Number 12. Ferris Reed.
And his second touchdown reception of the morning. Wagner going for 2. They lead 14-10, looking to boost it to 16-10. And it's Malika Lukta goes in for the 2, and it is 16-10 with 9:30 to play in the first half.
You know, now that was that was going to be the swing, the bring back, the pitch, and he saw the opening. The quarterback, saw the open, gave it to Alukta. Alukta goes in right off of left guard for the 2 points. Good play. Let's watch it again. Hands it to him right at the last minute. Outstanding football.
So Jerry Horowitz gathers his team around him. And this Kennedy team, which probably has the best defense in the city, 5 shutouts this season, has been touched for 2 scores, down by a score of 16-10, and we'll look at the second touchdown pass that has given the Falcons this lead. Horowitz telling his team, look, this club is good offensively. We got to pick it up defensively.
Stop, little short pass, moved up there, looked it in. As we call it, thumb to thumb means you have to look it all the way in, and he got it. There's Hope. Outstanding athlete, good skills, great attitude.
The junior quarterback will be back for another year, would like to end his junior year with the championship, and if he keeps throwing the ball the way he has thus far, he might do just that. Reed, an 8-yard TD reception, capping the 3-minute and 44-second drive. So Jared Gianfortune on to kick again. As we look at Ferris Reed, Steve Trappola there, Pope also part of the huddle.
You know, when you start thinking about that Al Paterzo team, 104 wins, 26 losses in one time. Let's watch this kickoff return.
Jimmy Ortega handles the short kick, and Ortega brings it across the 40-yard line. So again, the short kicks. Obviously, Wagner respects the deep return men, but by going short with the kick, they've given up good field position. We're going to step aside for a moment. 9:23 to play in the first half. Wagner leading Kennedy 16-10 in the PSAL championship game.
Are you lost in a financial jungle? What you need is someone who knows the ropes. Someone you can count on for advice and financial information. MetLife can help you tame the risks and help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
Fabulous Myrtle Beach, #1 for championship golf. Call Myrtle Beach Jet Express at 1-800-FUN-TUCSON and fly daily nonstop jet service from New York and Newark to Myrtle Beach from only $79. And for a limited time, fly Myrtle Beach Jet Express and get 2 days of free golf. That's right, free golf at many of Myrtle Beach's finest championship courses. Discover incredible beaches, live entertainment, and free golf from only $79. Only on Myrtle Beach Jet Express. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON.
Crowd on hand enjoying today's action in the PSAL championship game. Wagner leading Kennedy, and they take the lead on this TD.
Good soft hands. Good soft hands. Stop, throw, catch, everything soft. Smart receiver, smart quarterback. Great call.
So it's 16-10. Lots of time left in the first half. 9:23 remaining. We're at Lawrence Wien Stadium at Baker Field, the home of the Columbia University Lions. As we take a look at the yards today, Wagner, of course, doing it through the air. Kennedy does not like to pass. They picked up 84 yards, all of them on the ground.
Well, let's see if they continue to grind them out.
Ball at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Chris Lambert calling signals, will go to the air and finds Rashawn Smith. Smith breaks one tackle and finally is driven out of bounds across the 45-yard line. Rashawn Smith, the leading receiver on this team. They don't throw the ball much, as we said. They've only completed, coming into the game, 27 passes, 17 of them, which are Rashawn Smith. Danielle Phillips driving him out of bounds.
Well, it's typical. We talked about them not passing at all, and then the first thing they did was pass. That's typical of coaches letting us know that they are running it down on the field and not those of us who are up in the booth.
5-yard pickup makes it 2nd down and 5 from the 46-yard line. And in motion, Dwayne Allen gets the handoff. Allen near midfield, brought down just short of the midfield stripe. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. We head down to the field, and our colleague, Carl Reuter.
Matt Laughlin, I'm sure you and Aubrey know that the PSAL champions, Wagner, 1986, 88, 89, 90, and 92, those years, a lot of hoopla with this team. This year, despite being the #1 seed, it's been a very quiet year. They came in here and they've done the job very businesslike. They're not that rah-rah team that you saw a few years ago. Maybe the businesslike attitude and that approach has gotten them here once again.
All right, Carl. Yeah, I mean, they've played quite well this season. And here they are, the top-seeded team with the lead in the championship game. Is on 3rd and 2. The handoff goes up the middle. Terrence Willis close to a 1st down. There'll be a measurement, or at least Dick Stanley will take a good hard look at it. And it looks like he is indeed signaling for an official measurement. So with 8:21 to play, we'll have a measurement. Wagner leading 16-10.
And while they're taking that measurement, there again, those 2-point conversions are really looking out there. 16 as opposed to 14.
Well, Victor Marte says it's a 1st down. We haven't seen anything from the guys in the striped shirt. Dick Stanley says you're right, Victor. It's a 1st down. So a 1st down for Kennedy as they keep the drive going.
I understand that's the way Marte is in class all the time. He's the kind of kid that knows everything because he studies hard. Good student.
Speaking of a good student, Christopher Lambert is an honor student in math. The quarterback, a 2-year starter for Kennedy. Has been undefeated as a starter. This is his 24th start at quarterback. Like to end it at 24-0. Dwayne Allen getting the handoff and brought down at the 41-yard line. Good pickup by Allen. Gian Fortune making the stop.
Gian Fortune got a little ride that time. When they look at the films, they're going to say, gee, we were on the horse that time. And the horse took him for a few extra yards. Good running, good tackle, good responding.
7 carries for 38 yards this morning for Allen. His season numbers, 530 yards. Has scored 3 touchdowns.
8.2 yards a carry.
And Jerry Horowitz says he's the best blocking back that Horowitz has coached at Kennedy. They come the other way to Rudy Valenzuela. Valenzuela spins his way inside the 35 to the 34. It'll be another 1st down.
And was Was that Troy Coaxum making that tackle?
Yeah, Coaxum, the junior cornerback.
Let's look at that again. Make sure we find out who actually makes that tackle. Here he comes. Oh, that was number 20. Troy Coaxum.
Troy Coaxum. Coaxum moved into the starting lineup halfway through the season. A transfer from Brooklyn Tech. Up the middle they go.
Gave to the first man on that sort of option. He could have held it and pitched out, but he gave to the first man, and Kennedy was ready for it. So that was only about a little less than 2-yard gain. Vargas.
There's Ruben Vargas. Scored the touchdown earlier in the ball game for Kennedy. Thomas Morelli credited with the tackle. 2nd down and 8 from the 32. Lambert looking for someone to pitch to. Now breaks a tackle, and Lambert gets inside the 30-yard line. It was a bit of a busted play. Lambert was looking for a little help there, Aubrey, when none was there because the running back was in front of him. He said, I'm going to have to do something myself.
That's right. The running back had actually gone past his point. The key to that play is the running back must be behind the quarterback and generally a little outside so that when he gets it, one man can't play both people.
3rd down and 5, ball at the 29-yard line. Kennedy driving, trailing by 6, 16-10, with 6:18 to play in the first half.
Wetting his fingers.
They go on the inside handoff to Valenzuela, and that does not fool the defense. Mitra Ransom staying home, saw it coming and brings him down.
Inside trap, coming back to the inside, and Ransom was right there. Good job.
Ransom started last year for the Falcons, a season in which they went to the semifinals, losing to Canarsie. Ransom only a junior. Al Paterzo says he's not the most physical player we have, 6 foot, 190 pounds, but gets the job done. Very knowledgeable, displaying that knowledge, staying home there, not fooled. On 4th down and 3.
Going for it.
They are defending. Back to pass is Lambert. Fires a bullet pass, a first down to Rashawn Smith at the 15-yard line.
Outstanding receiver. Let's take a look at this, folks. Good job on the part of number 7. Mr. Smith, watch his move. Up there, caught the ball right in the old bread basket and went down just far enough to take the first down.
Great spiral thrown by Lambert, and it's a first down on the 17-yard pickup, ball at the 15-yard line. Here's Valenzuela breaking 1 tackle, picking up 5 yards as he gets down to the 10-yard line. 4:35 to go. First half action at Wayne Stadium, the home of the Columbia University Lions and the home of the 1995 PSAL championship game.
And that number 63 that you're looking at now was the man that actually made that tackle. If you look on his helmet, you'll see all kinds of little stars in football, and they all account for outstanding play during the course of the year. He is loaded